Stephen Wiltshire MBE, Hon.FSAI, Hon.FSSAA is a British architectural artist. He is known for his ability to draw from memory a landscape after seeing it just once. His work has gained worldwide popularity. In 2006, Wiltshire was made a member of the Order of the British Empire for services to art. In the same year, he opened a permanent gallery on the Royal Opera Arcade in London. Early life and education. Wiltshire was born in London, England, in 1974 to West Indian parents. His father, Colvin, was a native of Barbados, and his mother, Geneva, is a native of St. Lucia. Wiltshire was mute when young. At the age of 3, he was diagnosed as autistic. The same year, his father died in a motorbike accident. At the age of 5, Stephen was sent to Queen's Mills School in London where he expressed interest in drawing. The instructors at Queen's Mills School forced him to speak by temporarily taking away his art supplies so that he would be forced to ask for them. Stephen responded by making sounds and eventually uttered his first word, a euro paper. He learned to speak fully at the age of 9. His early illustrations depicted animals and cars. He is still extremely interested in American cars and is said to have an encyclopedic knowledge of them. When he was about 7, Stephen became fascinated with sketching landmark London buildings. After being shown a book of photos depicting the devastation wrought by earthquakes, he began to create detailed architectural drawings of imaginary cityscapes. He began to communicate through his art. His teachers encouraged his drawing, and with their aid Wiltshire learned to speak at the age of 5. In June 2015, the BBC Euro unregistered trademark S. Lucy Ash reported, soon people outside the school started noticing Stephen's gift and aged 8 he landed his first commission, a sketch of Salisbury Cathedral for the former Prime Minister Edward Heath. When he was 10, Wiltshire drew a sequence of drawings of London landmarks, one for each letter, that he called a London alphabet. In 1987, Wiltshire was part of the BBC programme The Foolish Wise Ones. Drawings, a collection of his works, was published that same year. Between 1995 and his graduation in 1998, Wiltshire attended the City and Guilds of London Art School in Kennington, Lambeth, South London. Career: Wiltshire can look at a subject once and then draw an accurate and detailed picture of it. He frequently draws entire cities from memory, based on single, brief helicopter rides. For example, he produced a detailed drawing of 4 square miles of London after a single helicopter ride above that city. His 19-foot-long drawing of 305 square miles of New York City is based on a single 20-minute helicopter ride. He also draws fictional scenes, for example, St. Paul's Cathedral surrounded by flames. Wiltshire's early books include drawings, cities, floating cities, and Stephen Wiltshire's American Dream. His third book, Floating Cities, was #1 on the Sunday Times bestseller list. In 2003, a retrospective of his work was held in the Orleans House Gallery in Twickenham, London. In May 2005, Stephen produced his longest-ever panoramic memory drawing of Tokyo on a 32.8-foot-long canvas within 7 days following a helicopter ride over the city. Since then he has drawn Rome, Hong Kong, Frankfurt, Madrid, Dubai, Jerusalem and London on giant canvases. When Wiltshire took the helicopter ride over Rome, he drew it in such great detail that he drew the exact number of columns in the Pantheon. In October 2009, Stephen completed the last work in the series of panoramas, an 18-foot memory drawing of his spiritual home, New York City. Following a 20-minute helicopter ride over the city, he sketched the view of New Jersey, Manhattan, the financial district, Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty and Brooklyn over 5 days at the Pratt Institute College of Art and Design in New York City. In 2010, he made a series of drawings of Sydney, and visited Bermuda National Gallery where the sale of his drawing of Hamilton broke auction records. In June 2010, Christie's auctioned off an oil painting of his Times Square at night. Wiltshire started a tour of China in September 2010, with the first project taking him to Shanghai. A 2011 project in New York City involved Wiltshire's creation of a 250-foot-long panoramic memory drawing of New York, which is now displayed on a giant billboard at JFK Airport. It is a part of a global advertising campaign for the Swiss bank UBS that carries the theme "We Will Not Rest," the New York Times reported. In July 2014, Wiltshire drew an aerial panorama of the Singapore skyline from memory after a brief helicopter ride, taking 5 days to complete the 1x4m artwork. The artwork will be presented to President Tony Tan as the Singapore Press Holdings gift to the nation in celebration of Singapore's 50th birthday in 2015, and will be displayed at Singapore City Gallery, visitor centre of the country's Urban Planning Authority, Urban Redevelopment Authority. Recognition: Wiltshire's work has been the subject of many TV documentaries. Renowned neurologist Oliver Sacks wrote about him in the chapter Prodigies in his book An Anthropologist on Mars. In 1989, Wiltshire met actor Dustin Hoffman and together they were on the cover of You magazine. At the time, Hoffman himself had just portrayed an autistic savant by the name of Raymond Babbitt in the 1988 Oscar-winning film, Rain Man, which Wiltshire considers to be one of his favorite movies. In 2006, Wiltshire was appointed a member of the Order of the British Empire for services to art. In September 2006, Stephen opened his permanent gallery in the Royal Opera Arcade, Pall Mall, London. On February 15, 2008, ABC News named him Person of the Week. In his first intimate interview with The Independent in 2009, he revealed his dreams, aspirations, idols and biggest regrets. In July 2009, he acted as ambassador of the Children's Art Day in the United Kingdom. In 2011, Stephen Wiltshire was made an honorary Fellow of the Society of Architectural Illustration. In January 2015, Stephen Wiltshire was also made an honorary Fellow of the Scottish Association of Architectural Artists. See also, Beautiful Minds, A Voyage into the Brain, a documentary on a number of similarly gifted people, including Wiltshire. References. External links: official website, We Will Not Rest advertising campaign, Stephen Wiltshire at the Internet Movie Database, Stephen Wiltshire on Facebook, Stephen Wiltshire on Twitter, Stephen Wiltshire on YouTube.